It's time to be honest with yourself. If you're following a plan, a program, etc., and you're not progressing every single week, you've got to give yourself a long, hard look in the mirror and ask yourself, why? Not only have you paid the money to get this plan from a trainer, online, whatever, but you've invested a certain amount of time in it already. Purely by chucking in the towel or by going, oh, writing off a week, you are wasting the time you've already put into it. Yes, there are stresses in life. I mean, Christ, as a dad of triplets, I know that more than anybody. Triplets, running my own business, I'm well aware there are stresses and strains, and I'm well aware that life can chuck you curveballs, and there are elements and things that can come up in the week which can get in your way. But much like a rock in a river, the water doesn't stop, it flows around it, it finds a way around it. If you've been given 3 exercise sessions to do every single week, then get those fucking exercise sessions done. That's maybe 3 hours, maybe 4 hours of your week. There are 168 hours in a week. You have plenty of time to get them done. So there is no excuse for you to get 7 days later and go, no, I didn't get them done. I'm sorry, but if you are spending a lot of time working, then either you are incredibly inefficient with your working time, or the company you're working for is asking far too much of your life. 168 hours, and some of us work full-time jobs. Let's call that 45, let's call that 50 hours a week. 50 out of 168 still leaves you with 118. Now, I'm well aware you have to sleep, so before you throw that argument my way, of course you have to sleep. But do you really need 9 hours, 10 hours? Me personally, I get by on 6 to 7 hours per night. Some nights I get more, some nights I get less, and even then, it's broken sleep with the trio. And sometimes, yes, I am derailed. Sometimes I am chucked off my own kind of progress, but briefly, because I recognise that it's not about thinking daily, it's about thinking weekly, and thinking about what can I get done this week. If you are on a program and you've got to adhere to a certain amount of calories, there is no excuse for you not to adhere to those calories. Life's stresses and strains cannot be solved by eating copious amounts of food or binging on food whenever life chucks a curveball your way and decides to give you a stressful situation to deal with. Food is not the answer. You need to understand that if you write off week after week after week, all that's going to happen is you're not going to get to where you want to be. And the funny thing is that the longer you spend grafting and pushing through these hard and stressful times, the more complete individual you'll become, the stronger individual you'll become, to be able to deal with these challenges easier and better in the future. In other words, the more you stick to it, the better you become. 168 hours, and what are you spending yours doing? If you're missing an exercise session, make it up the next day, 2 days later, 3 days later. There is plenty of time. If you are not following your meal plan, your structure, your calories, your diet that you've been prescribed, why? If it's purely because it's not suiting you, then go back to your trainer and go, this doesn't work for me. But if it's because you are simply being lazy and going, I haven't got time, I'm sorry, it's bullshit. Bottom line, folks, if you've taken the conscious decision to improve the person you are, be it physically, be it mentally, be it nutritionally, be it any way you like, see it through. Follow the structure, follow the plan you've been given. Follow the path you've been set, and accept no excuses. Accept no reason as to why you cannot complete that plan. Because if you don't, you're going to find yourself still in the same position. 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 10 years down the line, you're going to find yourself in the same position that you wanted to get out of, which is the very reason you signed up to a plan in the first place. Stop telling yourself bullshit stories just to appease the gremlin in your brain and think that your actions, or inactions as it were, are okay. They're not. You made the choice to change, show some integrity, and see it through.